Hello, I'm Romanski, and welcome to We're Getting Naked. Today we have a very special guest from Canada, from Montreal, my favorite city in the world, Rachel Osborne. Rachel, it's been a long time since you and I have actually seen each other and spoke. How are you doing? And tell us what you're doing right now, what you're working on,
Uh,
and then we'll
we're,
start.
sorry. I guess I misunderstood the project. Apologies. Yeah, hey man, like it's been a really long, yeah, you too, you're just
Yeah, I'm
like,
like, oh
you
yeah,
and
me
the
too. Yeah,
Lovey. Yeah. Oh, nice tats, bro. I
thank
never
you, thank
tattooed you,
you.
eh?
No, I need some tats though.
Yeah.
I need
I
some
mean,
new
we're not
ones.
in the same city, obviously, right now,
No,
but
but when I come to, I gotta make a trip to Montreal because it is my one of my favorite cities in the world. It's amazing.
yeah, it's good stuff. Yeah, let me know because I still have all my equipment. But yeah, right now, I've been doing, I think when we met, I was in the service industry and for a long
Yes.
time. But since then, like COVID kind of ended that for everyone. So I became a graphic and UX UI designer, and I've been like a creative director for a couple of years now for a media company in the US, but also still acting. So kind of just a little bit of everything.
Is it busy in Montreal, like shooting wise? Is there a lot of stuff there?
So yeah, I mean, like it's a great city for opportunities for sure. Like, especially like artists, like the cost of living is low, so it makes it feasible to like be an actor and actually live and be exposed to like big projects. Because the US, like as you know, because that's how we met. You're doing VMS over here, and it's yeah, we have like really massive projects pretty frequently.
Right.
And then also like they have to like hire like a certain amount of local artists as well. So it's really good for us.
That's great.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah, it's
mean,
cool.
I love shooting there. It was the fucking best.
Yeah.
It was
Like
the best.
everybody I know who is an actor from that period worked on BMS. Like
Really?
every actor in Montreal worked on it at one point or another. Yeah.
I mean, we shot 39 episodes there, so yeah, there was so many people that I still talk to that were on the show, which is it's so weird. There was a dude, the guy from Anthony. Is it Anthony from uh, what's why am I the Queer Makeover show? What the fuck is it called?
Queer Eye for the Straight Guy?
Yeah, Queer with the Straight Guy. He was on an episode like as like he had a speaking part, but like one or two lines,
Yeah.
which I didn't even know, and then I was like looking him up, and I'm like, why does he look so familiar? And I'm like, oh, he was in an episode.
Like, oh, yeah, yeah. You're like, yeah, it's funny when you see that, eh? Like when you see a show and all these people who are clearly very talented who got cast for a reason, but for bit parts, and then later on they like go on to
No,
do huge things.
like Steve Amell was in an episode, like he was in like two or three episodes, and he was like Green Arrow for a long
Oh
time.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
right, right,
yeah.
right,
Because
right, right.
he's from Toronto. Him and his brother or cousin, Robbie Amell, are from Toronto.
Yeah, that makes sense. You know,
Yeah,
it's actually funny because you gave me my first job.
I did.
Yeah, because I was on BMS.
I know. I know.
Do you remember that? Oh, I
Yes.
remember. I remember it.
It's so crazy.
That
That's
was
so wild.
quite the day. Yeah, like I remember because I was trying to like transition from I was in like an acting hiatus at the time of it, and I was trying to transition from like stage to screen, and I didn't really know what to do. And this is like not to date ourselves, but this is before like you could just look up anything on YouTube and find out how to do anything. So you did
But
kind of had to do it
to date
yourself.
herself. Yeah.
Yeah. And I remember like my agent sent me to this like mass kind of audition thing for extras. And I was like, oh, it's for BMS. And I was like, that's really funny. So like I didn't know like obviously I knew you're hands-on, you wrote, produced, like directed, like starred in the show, but I didn't know if you were gonna be there for such like a just a mass cattle call audition thing. So I was like, that's funny. So I went to this hotel and it was like in a hotel room and oh wait, no, not a hotel room. Sorry.
Uh,
Wait,
we were not in a hotel
wait,
room.
back that up. Conference room.
There we go. That's more appropriate. I held all my auditions in a single
And
hotel room.
yeah, 200 girls from yeah. Beep, redact that. Yeah, so it was a conference room in downtown Montreal, and I showed up, and I didn't even know if you were going to be there, but I thought it'd be funny if you were. But and I remember they put us in groups as you have to, right, when you're doing such a mass audition because you just kind of get it going. And the girls in my group, like, I won't explain why, like, they weren't really like liking me, kind of because I'm a bitch. No, there were like five of us in our group, and I won't explain why because it's just too long to explain, and people not from here won't understand, but it was like a language thing because, it was a Quebec thing. So they just kind of weren't liking me. And this one girl was a bit bullying me to the extent, like, by the hour and a half we finally went in the room, I kind of just got a bit salty. And like when we walked in, you were behind the table and you jumped up. You're like, Rachel. And then the other girls are like,
Oh, what the fuck? She knows him?
I was like, but anyway, you cast me. You gave me my first job, and on set, you embarrassed me, which was fucking hilarious.
What's that? Wait, how did I embarrass you?
Like this is the funny thing because I only recently remembered this because like I didn't put it together in my head, but like, and for sure you don't remember because you had so many days on set, and we went to that weird club in like Vaudreuil. Like they all put us on a bus and like you drove us out to Vaudreuil. And I think it was called Red Light or something. And we were doing this like scene in a club scene. And so I was one of 5 or 6 girls who were just cocktail waitresses.
Yes. No, I do remember.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we came in, and I think like I don't know, like I'm not sure. This is just me like thinking about it because you were like, eh. And then like so we were there, and you were like and you pointed at me. You're like, come here, and you like upgraded me from just like you made me go with the banquette with your co-star.
Yes.
Yeah, and he was there just for like a very PG-13 like lap dance. But I think you were like, this is gonna be funny if I make Rachel do this.
That club was, yeah, it was like in the middle of nowhere, right?
Yeah, it was in like Vaudreuil, yeah. Like
Yeah.
yeah. And I just remember like I mean that kind of thing. I was like, oh no, and I just see you behind the monitor like
Like, here we go.
yeah, and then they made me do this like really awkward like I mean I made it awkward, but I was like this like little shimmy. And then they're like, okay. And then I just see you like behind the monitor. And honestly, like it was so great because it was funny, but also you brought me behind the monitor and you took a moment to like take me back there and show me what it looked like. And I'd never seen that before. So like you showed me like the first time what it looked like for me on screen and like how
Right.
different, how different it looks and like
It's way different. And
yeah.
shooting that show in Montreal was the best because it was so fun. We became like a family.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
so fun. And it was everything was super laid back. It was the best experience I've ever had working on a show. It was so fun.
Montreals are great. And like you gave me that experience, my first job on screen, and it also took the time to like stop and come and actually show me what it looked like. So
Yeah,
I
it was
learned to, what's that?
No. It was always cool because we could basically do what we want because nobody was there to tell us we couldn't. So like anybody that want to come sit behind the monitors, we're like, you guys just want to sit here and watch? Like it was
Yeah.
great.
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
super fun.
Like it was a very memorable thing, and I learned 2 things that day: how cool it looks to be on screen, not me, but just how different it looks, and also how big my chin is. It was all
You
chin.
notice? Yeah. Well, the first episode that aired, there was like I was like I shouldn't read any reviews, right? And the producer was like, "Don't read reviews. You're gonna fucking hate yourself after reviews." I was like, "I have to read a review," and I read a review, and one of the reviews was, Romanski, co-creator and star of the show, plays Sammy. Looks like a bloated, crow-eyed 35-year-old, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm not reading any more reviews." That was the last review
You're
I
like,
read.
I'm 32.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, how dare you? I'm 32 playing a 19-year-old. How fucking dare you?
Dude, fuck it. Like like that's stupid. First of all, that doesn't
No,
is
it
not
was
what you look like. But
it was
people will
amazing.
they'll say
No, the worst. It's
like I
even worse.
literally.
It's worse now. Like, thank God it was.
Oh yeah.
Again, back in 2010, where there wasn't such trolling, but now
Yeah.
it'd be fucking horrendous.
It wasn't as prevalent for sure, yeah.
No.
Yeah. But I've literally had people going like, "Hey, I think I saw you on the layover with Anthony Bourdain, but it was just your chin. Was that you?" I was like, "Yeah,
They're like, how dare you?
that was my chin." Yeah,
How
no, it's
dare
like
you?
it's just making it just into the frame. Anyway, so yeah, thank you for that. You gave me
Of
my first
course.
on screen,
Of
and that was
course.
before I had like actor credits and anything, and so it was very exciting for me at the time.
Well,
Although
I'm
really
and
embarrassing.
I'm also glad you weren't on set like my mother was when I was actually naked on set. And my mother was there, and we were filming this scene where I'm supposed to be like masturbating underneath I'm like trapped. We did like a 127-hour spoof where I'm trapped under a set of weights, and
Oh yeah, right,
I'm stuck there for so long that I just am
right.
like, oh, I guess I should just probably masturbate. And my mother was on set for this, and she's going like, I can hear her talking. We have to cut because I'm like, Mom, you're talking.
Yeah,
And she's like, what are you shooting right now? Why am I here? And I'm like, you wanted to come on set. I told you what we were shooting today.
yeah.
She's like, I didn't know you're really going to be doing this. And I'm like, oh my God. She was only interested, my mom's, like, her biggest questions were like, so you guys are feeding all these people? I'm like, this is your question? How much food we have for everybody? But she couldn't believe it was like we were feeding 150 people a day. She's like, who's paying for this? And I'm like
We are
we're
like,
not.
yeah, well,
I'm
yeah,
not
no,
paying
me
for.
specifically,
Yes,
but they are being taken care of, Mom.
yes, they're
Yeah.
eating. Like they're here for 12 hours.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what that whole thing is so weird. Like the first union credit I got on was a show in Montreal, like, and one of my really good friends was starring in it, and it was my first actor credit, and so I was just doing a very small speaking role, but it was so cold, and we were all shooting outside, so it was like a group of extras, and then me, and I was the only one in the union, and I was really embarrassed because every time they cut, like three people would run up to me and throw
Put a
blankets on me
jacket
and
on
give me
you.
like
Yeah.
coffee and soup and like, and I'm like, what about those people? Where's
Yeah, I
Romanski's
know.
mom to take care of them?
For real. Like, luckily we only shot during the summer. We shot the pilot in January, which, as you know, in January Montreal is fucking insane.
Yeah,
But we
coming up
shot.
on it.
Oh yeah, yeah. I know. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
It's like
It's not your fault.
75 degrees here. It's pretty. It's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so here's it. So yeah, so like I said, I was naked on set many
Yes.
times.
Oh, I lost my train of thought.
Yeah, yeah. I'm like, wait.
Wait.
I've been naked on set many times. It's always interesting seeing like extras or people I'm acting with going like, oh fuck, like how am I supposed to just keep my eyes like focused on what we're doing because it's so awkward. But have you been naked in a TV show or a movie?
Wait, can I ask you a question first? I'm not
Yes.
trying to, because I think we have a lot to catch up on, so I'm not trying to like segue this too much. But do
No,
you
no, no.
have like an apparatus, or you're just naked?
Sometimes they'll have me wear an apparatus, and sometimes like I was on a couple of HBO shows and a couple other movies where no, the joke was they wanted to see everything. So
Right.
it was so fun but also so strange for everybody else. I feel totally comfortable doing it. I think that's what's so strange for everybody. They go like, why do you feel so comfortable doing this? You
Like,
shouldn't feel this comfortable.
well,
And it was
yeah,
wild. Like I always ask people like, especially like when I'm doing this podcast, but like
yeah,
when I'm talking to people, but like just being naked in general, like it's such like a freeing like high
yeah,
for me that I'm
yeah.
always like, is it the same thing for everybody? Like,
Right. It's breezy.
be, yes, like being in front of a camera and seeing other people see me being naked. Some of there's like a rush. Did you have you ever experienced that?
Okay, so no, I've never been. I promised my father when I was a little kid that I would never do any sex scenes because I was like, my parents always had this weird stipulation on things. Like my dad, when I was like, I want to be an actor, he's like, okay, but no sex scenes. I'm like, okay,
Okay,
sure. Like that's the most
I'm
logistically practical
9,
thing you can
but
think of.
okay.
Like, not like you better have a backup plan. You better finish
Yeah, yeah.
college. It's just don't do a sex scene. I was like, sure, daddy. And then when I wanted to become a tattoo artist, my mom was like, okay, just don't tattoo yourself, tattoo your brothers.
You're like, okay. Wait, how
Okay,
many brothers?
sure. Like I feel
How many
like
brothers do you have?
what's that?
How many brothers do you have?
Two. Yeah.
Two?
One older,
Older?
one younger. Yeah.
One older, one
In
younger.
the middle, yeah. Yeah. But to answer your question, no, I never did anything naked on screen. I'm trying to think of like the closest that I came to anything like that, but it's always been like if anything was like scantily clad. Even like the story that we're trying to get to right now is
I
not
cannot
full
wait.
naked. We're
I
trying.
cannot wait to hear this story.
Yeah, it's not fully. That's why I wasn't sure if it was like it
Oh, no, no,
qualified,
no.
but it was almost naked, but it wasn't fully naked. But I think it's worth telling because it happened, and it didn't happen to like my friend's mother's dog-in-law. It happened to me. Like it wasn't like 7 degrees of separation of
Yeah,
folklore
no.
shit. Like, But
Just
yeah,
the
Naked on Set.
glimpse of it, you told me. You were like, "Can I tell this?" I'm like, "Yeah, no, we talk about everything on this podcast."
I
Yes.
shot a movie recently with an actor, and he was telling me about being naked on set. That he shot a movie in Venice Beach, and he was like, things have changed a lot. And obviously, like regulations for the better, and sometimes too much over the top for the worse. Like everything, it's all a process, right? People being comfortable and like things like that. Like,
Intimacy coordinators exist now. They didn't exist
yeah,
when.
exactly. And that was his point. He was like, we could just do whatever. And like he's like, I had my ass out on Venice Beach for like a whole yeah. Anyway, I shouldn't say who it is, but like I filmed a movie with him recently, and it was a full experience because I got a lot of cool stories from like back in the day of, you know,
Is it
being
an
naked on
older,
set. Huh?
older actor or like?
Yeah. Should I tell you?
It's
Whatever. I
up to
didn't say
you. I don't
anything.
care.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I didn't say anything weird. He was just like kind
No.
of like talking about he's amazing, lovely, lovely person. David Duchovny. I worked with him.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I played his
Great.
wife on Pet Cemetery Bloodlines recently, and we
Oh,
shot in
did you
St. John's
really?
Village. Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, so I was Sally Bader. It was I was Sally Baderman, and he was Bill Baderman, and like we just kind of hung out, and he told me these amazing stories about all of this, like sort of, just like hippie, je ne sais quoi, like fun stuff on set. And I realized like there are certain, like not to get dark, but certain humans who ruin it for the rest of us, right? And
Oh
then
no, I know.
there are
I
good
know.
people who can like have fun and like it's all cool and consenting, and then they have to do that regulation shit for a reason at certain
I
points
know.
because of assholes, right?
Yes.
Anyway, but
No, no. It's the bad apples are ruining for everybody.
exactly.
Yeah, I
But
know.
yeah, he told me some really amazing stories, and I was just
He
like,
was
I'm
naked
it's
so
so
much
cool.
on Californication. He was naked all the time.
Yeah, there's some stuff. So, yeah, exactly. He talked
Yeah,
about
yeah.
that too and stuff. Exactly. But I always thought that like that's why I asked you because I always thought that there was like a sock,
Sometimes,
like a
most of the
cock.
time,
I think they call it cock.
yes, the cocksock.
I just
If
opted for the merkin.
no, no, but yes, and there's also the merkins. Yes, for especially for the ladies, the merkins are a thing.
Yeah.
But like, if you're yes, if you're supposed to be naked and they're gonna play it for you being naked, and
Yeah.
they don't want to see everything,
Yeah.
they'll have you wear it. If not, they'll just like there is no option. They just go like, well, the whole joke is to see you completely naked. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And I remember it was I was shooting with Kit Harington during Game of Thrones. Like while Game of Thrones is still on, I was like, oh my god, like, I'm such a huge fan of Jon Snow.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I guess Jon Snow's going to see my dick today. And I remember just going up to him and introducing myself. I was like, hey, I'm
It's on
Romanski.
your
I'm working
calendar.
with today.
Like,
Yeah, exactly.
I'm so scared to see my dick today.
And he goes, oh, yeah, I hear I'm going to be seeing your bits today. And I go, oh, you're going to be seeing a lot more than my bits. Like, you're going to be seeing everything. He's like, okay, great. And I remember when I like took my robe off to get ready before they were going to yell action, he just looks at me and goes, oh my God. Oh, mate, you're fully nude. I go, yeah, no, I'm fully nude.
Yeah.
And it was so hilarious seeing his face, realizing like, oh, he's like completely naked.
Yeah, like naked, naked.
Naked, naked.
Because there's a definition for the word naked,
Yes,
which means that you're naked.
you're naked. But
I
when
think people sometimes are like, oh, like actually naked.
no, like there's like TV naked and then there's like naked. And
Right, yeah.
he thought I was gonna be like TV naked with like a cock sock on. And he was like,
Right.
oh no, like
Yeah.
everything's out.
Yeah. TV naked.
Yeah.
I wanted a Birkin, but he got me a Merkin.
Yeah, you got me. Yeah, I couldn't afford a Birkin.
So I ended up with a Merkin.
Okay, we need to hear this story.
Okay, yeah,
Rachel,
sorry.
we need to hear this story.
All right, let's
You
do
told
this.
it to me. You told me just like a tiny line of it, which I was like, yes, you need to come on this podcast.
Okay,
So take me through it.
okay. I'll try to find the straightest line through the story, but explains what happened. So basically, like this happened when I was 19. Um,
Okay. 5 years ago,
let's go back
right?
for my teenage years. I my boyfriend at the time was quite a bit older than me, and then his boss was turning 40. So we had organized a party at like I was gonna say a cabin, but it wasn't. It was like a mansion chalet, like up north somewhere. Okay, so it was a surprise party, and there were about 15 of us. And the reason I'm saying ages is because we were all like quite. They were all. It was a bunch of adults, except me. Like I'm like And the people in question, and you'll find out later why, were it was all friends, and then my boyfriend's boss's mother and sister. So his
Boyfriend's
mother was like,
boss's mother. Oh
yeah,
God.
so
Okay.
like late 60s, and I think
Okay.
the sister was like 45, maybe 48.
Okay.
Okay, so that's the relevance. It's just kind of like, just a weird like age to be scandalized at by something super weird that just happened to you, like that you didn't ask for, but
Yep.
it worked out. So we go up there, and there's foreshadowing here because I was a cook at the time, and I think I'd come out of culinary school not that long before. So I ended up just like cooking dinner for like 15 plus people, and I ended up chatting with the mom and the sister and the elderly mother and sister, my friend, 45 or 48 and 7 years old. And they were like, oh, super interesting. Like, when did you start cooking? Blah, blah. And we just got along really well. And I'm not trying to like say I'm so great, but like this saved me later.
Right.
So like while we're chatting, somebody comes in, and this place was like 3 stories high. And it had a bunch of bedrooms, like bedrooms for everyone, like 15 plus people. And on the bottom floor, there was an indoor pool and a sauna and a jacuzzi.
This sounds great.
Yeah, it was beautiful. It was beautiful. So we stayed for a couple days, but the mother and the sister were leaving earlier and letting the kids play
Hmm.
longer, but the kids couldn't wait.
No, kids
So
can never wait.
the kids can never wait. It's
If
just a
there are
fact.
if there are treats in the house and you're like, I'm not gonna, I can't. They're burning a hole in my pocket. Yeah, you
Exactly.
can't.
The kids can
Yeah.
never wait.
No.
So the first night I cooked the dinner, we were talking, and then somebody walks in. They're like, hey, what do you think we should do? Because there's a cover on the pool. Should we take the cover off the pool? And people were like, well, I don't know, whatever. It's indoors, so it doesn't matter heat, but like Aussie sleepwalks. And I'm Aussie at that time, by the way.
Right.
So the mother's like, oh, you sleepwalk. That's so interesting. And I was like, yeah, yeah, since I was a little kid, like my parents used to have to like lock me in my bedroom, or that's why they told me they did anyway. I don't know if that's true or not, but
Like I bought it, so
yeah, I
that's
just
what they
bought it
told
at the
me.
time, yeah. But I used to just get up in my sleep and just like fall downstairs and stuff and get hurt. And like I
Oh
have a
my God.
very bizarre relationship with sleep all my life. And like I can fall asleep anywhere, anytime, and when I do, I'm like dead to the world. And I might
Really?
get up and walk away. Yeah.
I'm so jealous. I can't fucking fall asleep anywhere. I hate it.
Yeah, like it's good and it's not. I feel like it could be a medical condition. I feel
You're
like there's
like,
a word
maybe
for
I'm
that.
narcoleptic.
Maybe
Yeah.
narcolepsy, I don't know. Or like necrophilia. Wait, that's not the same thing, is it?
No,
It
necrophilia
could
is
be
not the
adjacent
same thing.
somehow, but anyway,
Necrophilia is illegal. Narcolepsy is not.
it's not. But it could lead to necrophilia.
Maybe in Montreal it's legal. Maybe necrophilia in Montreal is legal.
No,
Who knows?
no, no. So anyway, like yeah, so I can fall asleep anywhere all the time. This situation, however, was it was propelled by something else, like adult party things. Let's not kid ourselves. We know what I'm talking about. Like certain
We
adult
could
party
say, if we
substances.
could say yes, yes,
This is part of why I don't do adult party substances anymore, by the way.
yeah.
Anyway, so because I've never done this particular thing, but yes, so I've sleptwalked my entire life. So foreshadowing, I end up having a conversation with the elderly mother and the sister saying like about sleepwalking. Flash forward, they go to bed upstairs, like on the third floor, and we all go down to the pool, and we're like hanging out, doing adult party things that adults do, with one 19-year-old. So basically, I'm 19 and everybody's like 35 plus, other than me. I don't know
I
why I
love
always had
this.
older friends. I'm an old soul, I suppose. And basically, I'm in the pool swimming in my little tiny, I'm 19-year-old bikini.
Right.
And I jump out of the pool and I just get in a lawn chair, and it's probably like 8 o'clock in the morning, maybe at this point.
So you have
And
not gone to bed.
no, nobody's gone to bed. We're all
Nobody's gone
awake.
to
We're
bed.
all swimming, sauning, whatever, like being, degenerate, having a good time. And the
Yep.
mother and the sister are sleeping upstairs, 2 stories up. And basically, they had to get up and leave to go on a flight. So they were like they were sort of waking up, and we're all still awake downstairs. And like they were in the same room, and when you wake up and you're like, I don't want to get up,
Yeah.
and you're just at that moment where you're like, give me like 2 more minutes so I can stare at the
Yes.
ceiling
Yeah.
before.
Every
And it was
morning.
winter, it was cold. So I get out of the pool, and soaking wet 19-year-old tiny bikini version of myself gets out of the pool, and I get in a lawn chair and I fall asleep. Oh wait, Actually, I found it. Exhibit A.
Wait, this is the actual bikini?
This is the actual bikini in question. Yeah. Hang on.
I love that
It's all twisted up.
you still have this bikini.
It's
Well,
one
it's
of
great.
it's like my
I
favorite.
I don't think I could fit into anything from when I was 19.
Brings back memories.
Oh my God, you really still have it.
It's like when low-waisted was a thing. I think it's coming back now.
You probably that probably bikini will come in handy soon.
You could
Not
you could fit into this. It's adjustable.
I could definitely not fit into
It's
that.
the only reason I kept it. Anyway, so it was that one, and so I fall asleep in the chair, and I get up and I walk away.
Well, you fall asleep in the chair by the pool. Okay?
Yeah. So I
Okay.
literally like the last thing I remember is I'm getting out of the pool. I go and I sit in the chair, and that's the last thing I remember until later. So I walked away, and everybody's like, "Oh, where's Ozzy going? I guess she's just going to the bathroom." But I was asleep. They didn't know I was asleep. So what I did after that is I took a tour around the house, and I walked up 2 flights of stairs, down the hall, into the only fucking room in the entire place that I should not have gone into.
And what room is that?
Yes. The room containing my friends, my boyfriend's boss's elderly mother and sister, older sister. So,
Oh boy. Oh
yeah, cool stuff.
boy.
So basically I bust in. They're already awake. 8:30 in the morning, holding the door frame, looking in, looking around. And I'm just backlit. And they're like, "Hello?" And they're like, "What's happening?" They're like, "Who's there?" And I walk over to them and I see them. And I look at them and they're lying in bed together. And I'm like, I look at their faces and I'm like over them like this. And I'm dripping water on their faces. And they're just like, "What is going on right now?" And then I basically turn around, because you have to for this for some reason. And I lay across their bodies. And I'm looking up and I'm in my bikini and I just start masturbating on top of both
Oh
of them.
my God. Rachel, but what made you want to start doing that?
Adult party things? Sleepster sleep
So you
wanking?
were, so you were, so you were,
Sleep
you
wanking.
were sleepwanking, I think is
I was
probably
sleep wanking, yeah,
yes,
yeah,
I think that's an actual term
yeah.
that you have coined.
Hmm?
Did you finish?
That's a valid question. I've been asked before because this story circulated around Montreal and I could not get away from it. It was sort of like I was meeting a lot of people because I was 19 and I was getting on the scene, meeting people, and Ozzy, oh, you're the one on beep. I'm not gonna say mom, his mom. You're the one who did the thing on his mom and sister. And I'm like, "Hi, nice to meet you." Like I couldn't get away from it. Like
But you
it
don't
was
remember any. You don't remember any of this.
okay. So this is like the follow up, right? Because I don't. And what I remember, this was filled in by the mother and sister after. So
Oh
I know
my.
the details because of that. I was not registering these memories because I was asleep. So any time in my past that I've sleepwalked, I never sleepwent. Like that's
As far as
why
you
the
know, as far
yeah,
as you know, maybe people
well,
are
I
too
mean,
embarrassed to tell you.
oh my God, yeah, maybe they were
Somebody,
embarrassed to
somebody,
say.
somebody watching this podcast is going like, "No, she's done this many times.
No, she's doing her thing.
She masturbates and sleepwalks all the time. Like that's her thing.
She's doing her thing, yeah. So much so that there's a term for it, sleepwanking. Um,
Sleepwalking.
yeah, that was me, by the way. Copyright. Oh, why did I just do that?
Copyright.
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 Um, so the next thing that I remember is that and they were so lovely. Like I woke up like tucked in their bed, and I just because I guess they were,
Are you clothed?
no, I'm in my bikini.
So you just have you didn't take off your bikini at all to
No, it was
to
that's why I wasn't
masturbate.
sure if this was okay for the show because it was under the clothes and not fully naked.
Uh,
Somehow this managed to stay on. I'm not sure how,
I
but
can't believe you still have a bathing suit from when you were 19. I
Un-
don't. I went under.
It was
Nothing came
under,
off. It just went under.
under the,
I cannot believe. Because when you just told me like like a couple lines of it, you didn't tell me you were sleepwalking. This adds a whole nother
yeah,
dimension
yeah.
to it because I thought that they were asleep. They're wide awake.
They were awake. They saw the whole thing.
And what did
That's the only reason I know what happened. Also because
wait,
my friends caught me in some bunk beds masturbating like an hour later as well. But that's like,
what is happening with you?
dude, it was adult party things mixed with like my very bad relationship with sleep.
You're like, this is the only way I can fall back to sleep, is if I masturbate again.
I was asleep all the time. I wouldn't do that on purpose.
Uh,
I mean, they're beautiful, lovely ladies, but I mean, I
but you're
wouldn't. I
like,
would.
look, I wasn't staring into their eyes, masturbating. You were when you sleepwalk, are your eyes are open.
Yeah,
So that's even crazier
yeah,
for someone to witness is seeing someone eyes open, going like, she's
yeah,
awake, she's
yeah,
awake.
yeah. But I'm not there. Yeah,
You're
that's why I
not.
said like when I remember this because like I'll tell you exactly like what I heard back. But apparently like I was in the door frame like when I opened the door, and I was holding like the door frame, and I was like, ah. Might give you like an idea of what kind of adult things I was taking at
Yes,
the
no,
time.
the jaw is telling me.
I think it was a melange, but yeah. Anyway, but the thing is, like, it would have been honestly like very upsetting to me if like the mom and the sister like knew that that's what was going on because all of us. Okay, so what happened after? Okay, we're getting ahead of ourselves now.
No, no,
I don't think I
but
finished. Maybe I did. I don't know. But I woke up in their bed, and they had just put me in the bed because they were like, "Oh, see what are you doing?" Oh my God. Like when I started doing it, and they covered me up and with a duvet because they're lovely. Like your mom, are you feeding these people? She looks
yeah,
wet
no,
and cold.
she looks
Put the
wet and
blanket
cold.
on
We
her.
should put a blanket on her. It looks like she's
Yeah,
trying to warm herself up, but we should put a blanket on
yeah,
her.
yeah. She looks lonely. Um, so I woke up and I just remember like when I woke up, I sat up and they were brushing their teeth and they were both like, and I looked around and first of all, I freaked out because I thought that they had come downstairs to the basement floor where the pool was. And I was like, we're all caught. We're caught. They know we're doing adult party things and we're in trouble and we're all adults more than I was. But I was just like, oh no. And nobody like the whole night we're all like, be quiet, be quiet. They're sleeping, you
Don't
know,
masturbate in their
don't,
room with them
don't.
in it.
Yeah, try not to masturbate on my mother. So yeah, okay. I
Okay,
got the
yeah.
assignment. Yeah.
Easy. That's easy. I don't even know why you're telling me that. Of course, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, I got the assignment. I'm not, you said not? Oh.
Oh, I misheard you. I thought you said, please masturbate on my
Yeah,
sleeping
yeah, I
mother
thought that,
and sister.
yeah. Surprise. So I jumped up and they were like brushing their teeth. They're gonna leave for their flight. And I looked at them and I realized where I was. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Like, just remember saying that twice. And I gave them both a hug, like an awkward,
And they're
soggy
like,
hug, soggy bikini hug.
yes.
And I booked it like back downstairs and I ran downstairs and some of my friends were like, where have you been? And I was like, can
Um,
you get to my friend's wife? I don't want to use names, but like, can you get to? And then I was like, I just woke up in bed with mom, and she was like, what? I was like, I just woke up in bed with his mom. She was like, she's like, don't tell him, don't tell him, don't tell him. And he comes walking over. Hey, what's up? She just woke up in bed with your mom, and like, what? And then all of us start freaking out, like we're freaking 15 years old, like gonna
but
about
little
to
do
get
they
grounded,
know,
huh?
but little do they know, you didn't fall asleep.
Yeah, no, but that's the thing is like they didn't know what happened,
Right,
but I was like, this is just not good.
right.
All of what we knew is it's not good. So we're all in the basement, like we just all get quiet and we're listening to like their footsteps, and we're like, okay, and we're like, they're coming down here for sure, and we're all gonna get in trouble. but like we're all like above 35 years old except me.
Except
Like,
you, the
you
little
know,
19
yeah.
you.
I'm obviously the problematic one in the group. Um, and so then we just hear the door close and they just left. They didn't come downstairs. And then we're all like, thank God, like we're not
Thank
gonna
God,
get in trouble.
we made it through the night with nothing bad happening.
Ish. Yeah. So the reason why I mentioned the foreshadowing of like how we had gotten along and how we had actually somehow, thank God, mentioned the sleepwalk thing, like discussed the sleepwalking thing, is because they just thought like, wow, she really does sleepwalk. That's crazy. Like we just talked about it and we just saw that, you know?
Yep.
They didn't know that we were doing adult party things. So
No.
that would have just been shitty, you know? I don't know. It would have made me feel bad and like because nobody wanted that and you know, it's your mom. Like nobody wants that. So they left, and like the only reason I know the logistics of the actual story from when I was blacked out to when I woke up was because they told us
No.
what had happened. Yeah, the mom and the sister told us what had happened,
But
and
they
like
told you
yeah,
together with.
the detail, like as it okay, so they left to go to the airport, and they were laughing so hard they had to pull the car over on the side of the highway because they couldn't drive because they were laughing so hard.
I wish I could have been on that phone call when they told you and everybody else what had happened.
So
So
like
they said you came into the room, they thought you were awake, and then you just started
you
masturbating.
you held the door frame. We couldn't see who you were. You were doing something weird with your face. You looked like a growling kind of animal. Um, and then you came over to us and you looked in our faces and you were all wet. And then you turned around and lay across our legs and started touching yourself on top of us. At which point we decided to put you under the duvet.
And
And
leave
yeah, and then you woke up and ran
and
away
have
after
give you
apologizing.
give you your private time, and then we packed up and left.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they were just like, oh, just let it, it's all fine, you know? And that's the other thing too. I was terrified because it took a few days before like the facts came to light. So I had this whole like moment, and like I said later on, because there were so many like rooms, and they were like bunk beds, and like there were no children
All
present,
right.
but it was like an Airbnb or something, or
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
before Airbnb was a thing. I don't really know, but apparently later on, like I did it again. I wandered away again, and they found me in the bunk beds, like doing that also
Oh
late
my.
again by myself this time at least. So my yeah, my boyfriend was like, what did you think you did when you went into their room? And I'm like, I hope fucking nothing.
I hope I didn't do what I was doing in the bunk
But
beds.
that's what he was like, well, you probably were because like I found you in the bunk beds doing that like later on by yourself. I was like, no, there's no way that that's what happened. And so I had this like hanging over my head for like a few days until
Yeah, of
I find
course.
yeah, until I finally found out that that's actually what had happened. I'm turning red. Oh my God, I'm turning red right now. I feel my face is like I'm getting like
We'll fix it in post. We'll make
yeah,
you
thanks,
what
thanks, thanks, thanks. Delete
delete the
entire
entire.
podcast. Delete.
Have you done this before? Like the sleepwalking, yes, the sleepwalk, what are we calling it?
Sleep wanking, sleep debating.
Sleep debating before?
No.
I mean,
So
not that you know of. No, I mean, you're sometimes you're by yourself. You don't know.
oh,
Yeah.
okay. So yeah, maybe, but like there are no other documented cases. Wait, how many? Let me check. No documented cases. No. So my my sleepwalking has always just been sort of like normal, like walking around, looking at stuff. Sometimes it's like putting away dishes,
Yeah.
you know, doing laundry. Like I remember once, like, and the thing is, it's exacerbated by stress. And like I said, I've been dealing with this since I was a little kid. So like, I don't know what the actual reason is, but I've always had like a really, really difficult relationship with sleeping. And I sleep talk also. So like, I remember one time I was in Thailand, with like my ex-husband, and we were in a very tall building, and the latch wasn't very secure on the balcony,
Oh
and I
my
hadn't slept
God.
walk Yeah, I haven't slept walk in a long time, but because of that, I just said like this is making me uncomfortable, and because of that stress in my own head, it was like a perpetuated, it was like a self-fulfilling prophecy
Right,
kind of
right.
situation. So basically, he slept between me and the wall, so like he would wake up if I got up, and I did end up getting up. So I got up and I climbed over him, and he woke up right away, and he was like, "Oh, what are you doing?" And I was in the bedroom, and I was doing this. And he was like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm just putting away all these dishes. There's so many dishes to put away." And he was like, "Okay, don't forget the ones over there." And I was like, "Got them. Thanks, babe." And he's like, "The glasses are dry now. You can put those away too." I was like, "Okay, thanks, babe. Got
Like,
it."
he's like fucking with you while you're
Kind of,
asleep.
yeah. But then he was like, "Hey, babe, when it's ready, like when it's all done, like it looks like you're almost done, just come back to sleep." And I was like, "Okay." And then I like finished putting the dishes away, and then I went back to sleep.
Yeah, and you woke up and you had clean dishes, so and they're all put away, so that worked out
All
great.
clean dishes, yeah. Well, one time I was in on my like I walked into a glass door. This was like
Oh
in my early
God.
20s. Yeah, so this is the thing, like I had like an uncomfortable argument with my ex, like it was our honeymoon. We were in Amsterdam. I think we had too much absinthe. So like that was
Oh,
sort
it's
of
so good.
yeah,
Yeah,
I know. It was really good. It was good. It was good times. But until that
very
happened,
good.
so it was like whatever. And I slept walk, and I I woke up in the morning and I had a fat lip, and I was like, and I looked at him. He's like, no, no, I didn't do
I
it.
didn't do it.
And I'm like, I know you wouldn't do that. I know, like I know him. And then he was just like, come with me. And he showed me the glass door for the balcony, and there's my face print like on.
No.
So I just walked.
It's like when a bird flies into a window,
Yeah.
you see like the wings and the beak. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just trying to get outside and I just walked right into the fucking thing. So yeah, pretty much why my parents used to lock me in. That's why they used to lock me
Yeah,
in.
that's what they used to tell
Yeah,
you.
that's
This is
why.
why we're
Yeah.
locking you into your
I
bedroom.
fell down the stairs so many times. But yeah, to answer your question, no,
Oh
like as far
God.
as I know, that has never been like like that's like a fun new
It's
aspect
a
is
really
the
fun, yeah,
really
it's a
fun,
great
really
look. If
fun
you're
new.
gonna catch somebody doing anything when they're sleepwalking, I think masturbating is probably what you want. It's
Yeah,
probably what
yeah.
you're hoping for.
Like better
Where
than
you
like
go like,
stabbing or something.
oh, that or eating. Like my stepdad was a sleepwalker, and I had my girlfriend from college there, and we're sitting downstairs in the living room watching a movie, and our fireplace had like a little glass, front to it,
Yeah,
um,
to protect the embers from flying out. Yeah.
exactly. And we hear someone coming down the stairs, and I'm like, who the fuck is this? And in the reflection, we can see that it's my naked stepdad who
Uh-oh.
opens the fridge and bends over to get something out of the fridge. So like now we're like looking into his asshole while he's in the fridge, and I'm going, oh my god. She's like, oh my god. He
At least
grabs
it was
his
backlit.
exactly. He was
Wait,
definitely
that
backlit.
was a double entendre just
Yes,
then.
he was. He was more. His asshole was lit.
And you're both just
He
kind of like,
No, we're going like, and she's like, and I'm going like this. I'm looking, I'm going like, what the fuck is he doing?
yeah.
And then he grabs some like food leftovers out of the fridge and just stands at the fridge with the fridge open, eating the leftovers, just buck naked. And I had to go out and go, Ray, Ray, and he
Nice.
wouldn't like respond to me. It was like he was in like a trance.
Yeah, I was asleep.
And I
You're
told him in the morning,
sleepwalking.
I'm like, do you remember you sleepwalking? I was like, I didn't sleepwalk. And my
Yeah.
mother's like, yeah, there's a dish next to the sink with like food on it. Like you went downstairs and ate. And
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, he ate naked in front of Sarah, like in front of my girlfriend. It
That
was
is a thing that people
horrifying.
do. Like
Yeah.
that is like an aspect of sleepwalking is people who eat when they're asleep. For sure.
Eat. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, how am I getting so fat? Be like, well, you eat about 2,000 calories a night when you sleepwalk. That's why you're getting so fucking fat.
And that's why it's scary because it's really confusing,
No, it's got to
you know?
be.
Like
Yeah.
I just remembered something else. Oh my God. I just
Rachel,
remembered
what
something else.
happened?
Um, I hope my mom never sees this. Um, dear God. Okay. So I'm from Hudson. I don't know if you know Hudson,
Yeah, yeah,
but
no,
like
Hudson.
where
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, where we
It's
shot
beautiful.
that scene we were talking about earlier for
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
BMS, but it's a little bit past. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
There was one bar there, called the Chateau du Lac, which people called the Chat. All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like
And
the past tense of shit. Yes.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks. That's hot. Whatever. Depends on what you're into. I mean, I don't discriminate and I don't judge, but So I was like working as a cook when I was younger. Like I started cooking in a restaurant when I was 14, and the staff would often go out to the only bar in town, and I would like join in sometimes when I was like maybe 16, 15, 16, 17. And I remember one night I came home, and I don't think it was like necessarily because of drinking, because I didn't really like drink like crazy when I was that age,
Right.
beer, whatever. But I slept walk and I went into my parents' room and I lay down on top of my mother and my stepfather. And I yeah, and my mom was like, "Oh, hey," and she's used to this, right? Because I've been doing this for
Right.
years. And she was like, "Hey, are you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm having a nice time." And she's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, people just fuck with me apparently. Like when I was sleepwalking, "What are you doing?" "I'm just dancing." She's like, "Where are you dancing?" I'm like, "I'm dancing at the Shat."
She's like, oh, really?
Oh,
You're at a bar.
oh,
Interesting.
all right, in your head, you're at a bar. And then I was just like, so she actually just, because I was like on her, like lying on top of her predominantly, is what she told me after. And then so she got up and went in my room, and then she realized like, maybe
Maybe I
look,
shouldn't.
maybe I shouldn't like look, my stepfather has been with us since I was like 6 years old, and like
Right,
he's an
right.
amazing guy, and like has been such like a father figure to me, and I call him my father now too. My father passed away, so it's not, but there was no question that it would be, but she just didn't want him
Right.
feeling weird or
Him
me
waking
waking
up and
up
going
feeling
like, where's
weird.
my wife? And now my stepdaughter is in bed
It's
with
in my
me.
bed. Yeah, exactly. And so she went back and like picked me up and like brought me over to my room. And then she's like, "What are you doing now still?" I'm like, "I'm still dancing."
Still dancing at the bar that I wasn't supposed to go to.
Yeah,
Yes.
that I wasn't supposed to be at ever. Yeah, still dancing. Oh my God, I just remember that. That's crazy. But there was no like masturbation involved in that story, thank
That's
God. But
good. That's
yeah,
good.
there was a lot of
That didn't
dancing.
start till later. That didn't start till 3 or 4 years later. You're
Well,
you're
because
sleep
because
sleep
because
surbating.
it was the adult party things. That's the
Yeah.
reason. That's the
I
reason.
love that
Like
we're saying adult party things and we think that I mean
people,
people are gonna know what
I know.
what we're talking about.
Let's not kid ourselves. We know what that means.
You know?
Yeah. No, I just don't want to be like specific because honestly, I don't really remember, and like I don't dabble anymore, and it doesn't matter. But it was just like it was one of the reasons why I stopped doing that specific substance,
Yes.
because I was just like, this is not good at all.
No.
Like I
This
could
is what
just
it makes me do. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. I could get up and go and fucking walk out my front door and give somebody the wrong impression, and like
Yeah, you don't
it's
want to
just
be doing
bad
that on the
news,
street.
it's
You
just
don't
bad
want to be
news.
doing that on the streets.
Yeah,
No.
definitely not. Just between the sheets of your
Just between the
mothers and
sheets, not on the
sisters'
streets.
bed. Yeah.
I think this is a perfect segue into ending the podcast.
Yeah.
I mean, how can we beat that?
Yeah.
Not masturbating on the streets, but between
I
the
think we
sheets.
peaked.
We did. We're never gonna peak. We're too young. You're still so young. So
I like
young.
that you said we're young and then you singled me
I
out and
did.
said you're
I
still so
and
young.
well then I looked at myself in the camera and I was like, well, just one of us is young.
How, wait,
I
you're
am
still, like, you have a fantastic head of hair. You obviously have a lot of makeup and filters on right now, so good for
tons
you.
of filters, lots of filters
Uh,
on. Yeah,
as you said,
my
the
beard is
facelift.
white now.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
used to be red.
How old were you when you were in Montreal filming BMS? People can do the math
30,
on their own. I'm not gonna say ask you
30,
how old you are now, but
30 to 33. I'm 47 now. 30 to 33.
okay, okay. I
Such a
feel like it was a
baby.
million
Such
years
a
ago.
baby.
What?
I know. I'm such a baby. I know.
It's all in here.
It really is.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
all
I have
in
a
here.
17-year-old son.
Wow,
I'm
wild.
17. I know.
That's amazing. That's
Yeah, he's pretty
amazing.
great. It's
Oh,
insane though that I have a 17-year-old. It's wild.
like yeah, that's like
Pretty
probably all
wild.
kinds of amazing and all kinds of insane too. Like it just
I
blows your mind, like those things, right? You're like, I
yes.
remember when I was 17. Not you, I
No,
mean like.
I he's a really good kid, but I'm going like I was an absolute animal. So
You were what?
I was crazy at 17.
Yeah. Yeah. I was
He's
a bit
not.
insane as well.
He's pretty chill. He's
Oh,
very
that's
chill.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's good. So
yeah.
he's going the other way.
He is.
Yeah. That's what makes me
He's got-
laugh too, is because my mom is like a total hippie, and I love that about
Really?
her. Yeah, she's a total hippie. She's amazing. I love that about her. But like, I went the opposite direction, and this is pertains to like the theme of the show in the naked sense, because like she was just always around the house naked and
Oh
not
yeah.
understanding why I didn't want to be naked. And it's like you either go. Sometimes it's polarized, right? It's like
Yep.
she's like that, and I just went the other
The
way.
other way.
Like I'm not prude, but like I just didn't. I didn't dig it, you know. Like
My
she was
brother
like,
didn't like to be naked at all either. My brother's like,
your mother
like
didn't.
my brother. He's like
Oh,
a
your
never nude. He's
okay.
like,
I never nude.
I think he's probably showers with shorts on. You
I
know,
was gonna
like
say
that's
it
how.
must be hard for certain things. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not gonna ask you about your parents' tendencies about nudity, but like, so you were like, I'm cool with this shit, and you're like, I'm gonna get naked when I have the opportunity, and like your brother
My
was like, nope,
parents and my brother were not
not
like
down,
that at all.
not down.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
I remember the ice storm. I don't know if you knew about the ice storm. Like now, apparently, it's in like history education
Yeah, yeah.
because it was a very big thing, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I was in high school when the ice storm happened, and we were living in Hudson, and we lost power for like more than 2 weeks, and it was fucking freezing, and people were like dying, and
Oh,
yeah, it was crazy. So we had a fireplace in the main room of the house, and so my parents were like, we should all sleep in sleeping bags, like so it's heated at least in this one room because my bedroom was upstairs and it was like a block of ice. And then I was like, okay. And then my mom was like, we should all get naked for like body heat, like, and I was like, I'm going to my room. I'm gonna go fucking freeze my ass off. Bye, everybody.
I'm not getting naked with the family. Goodbye.
Yeah, like good for her, man. Like even my girlfriends, like in elementary school, remember the day I came to school and I was just like, my mom said something crazy on the weekend, and they were like, what? I was like, she said sometimes she puts my stepfather's penis in her mouth, and they were like,
What?
what? Why would anybody ever do that? That's the most disgusting thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah. Then 5 years later, everybody's like, yeah, it's
Yeah, I was
that's
like,
just what
oh,
you do. Yeah,
oh, I get it. I get it. Yeah, I could get on board with that.
yeah. This has been
And I was
amazing.
like, go
Rachel.
mom, you rock. But
This
I
is
just, yeah.
this is the best way. Maybe this is the best way to end is with talking about your mom blowing your
I like that you've
father.
been trying to end this interview for like 20 minutes.
No. I'm just. Well, I'm always looking for like that, like the point where you go like, this is a great ending because we can't edit an ending. It was so nice catching up with you and talking to you about the many times you've slept walk and slept serbated, slept
Sleep wanked.
sleep wanked,
Sleep sturbated? Sleep wanked.
sleep sturbated.
I only slept wank that one time. Let's be clear that I know of. But yes,
Well, you did it twice in one night. To be fair,
that's fair.
once on a late 60s woman and her
Yeah.
47-year-old daughter, and then once in bunk beds with no children, and we're making sure that that's clear in this
Thank you.
podcast. There were no
Thank you.
children in that
Yes.
bed.
There were no children present whatsoever in the house at all
19-year-old.
that weekend.
Just a 19-year-old. That's it. And the rest were older.
Yes. I was 19.
And there it is.
Fuck. Like I feel like I need to keep this forever.
No, you do.
It's my favorite bikini. It's like a Montreal company actually. And I fucking love this bikini, but I can't do that anymore because
No, I don't.
we're old now,
We're
as
old
you
now.
just mentioned. Anyway, thank you so much, by the way. This has been really
Rachel,
fun catching
thank
up with
you
you.
for being on. Thank you for being on We're Getting Naked. Join us every Tuesday for new episodes of We're Getting Naked.